What do you think about destinies? Why are we all here? Why are some people successful and others are not? You are welcome to Hearts with Heads, and on today's episode, I'm going to be sharing my views concerning destiny. We are not all born equal, but we are conceived equal. And it doesn't matter where you were conceived, at the countryside, in the city, in the toilet, on a soft mattress, in a test tube, wherever. Everyone's destiny is exactly the same at conception. I didn't say at birth because at the point of birth, some factors had already played some roles. But the thing is that nobody is predestined to be a pilot or a system analyst. You can only try to work in line with your natural talents and abilities. So the point I'm trying to make here is that your destiny is like a blank slate at the moment you got conceived. The changes in your destiny begin to take effect only after conception, and the direction it will take first gets influenced by who conceived you, and by implication, the genetic factors that got transferred to you, whether you are to be white or black, whether you are to be smart or dull, short or tall, soft-spoken or husky, and then comes the environmental factors of where you were conceived. Born and raised. Were you born and raised by a medical researcher in China, by a hunter in Kalahari, by a street hawker in Italy, by a politician in Africa, or born and raised by a drug addict in Pakistan? The kind of stimulus that got into you at the very formative and tender age plays the greatest role in shaping your destiny. The opportunities available to you. And so after this nature and nurture influences, now comes you, the product, half-baked, ready to excel or to fail, full of potential or very empty as a box. Whatever happens to your destiny or whichever direction it takes at this point after self-realization is completely your responsibility. You can choose to fill up your empty box with action potential or to dash your energy to the dogs. So there is no blaming of your ancestors for whatever you decide to make of your destiny. Whatever types of food you choose to eat, wherever you choose to go, whatever type of clothes you buy, and whatever you choose to do with your precious time will all come together to determine who you are. You see, when I was an adolescent, much younger, I always blamed my father for everything that went wrong in my life at that point, Yes, I blamed him for even eating disorders, for sleeping disorder, and so much more. I practically blame him for everything that was wrong with me. Yes, there was a reason for that, which I may share with you. And I played this blame game until I grew up to a certain level of maturity and self-realization, and I was able to give my life a new definition other than the definition he gave me as a parent. I am not disputing the fact that different people have different limits of extension, and I will also not underestimate the extent of damage some childhood problems and pains can cause, especially psychologically and mentally. But the fact remains that you can only decide how much you allow certain things to affect you. But I guess it comes with age and maturity. The moment you begin to broaden your scope of learning, acquiring information and skills, diversifying in knowledge and capacity, you would have already chosen your path, knowingly or unknowingly, and you will need to discard the garbage in your system in order to create room for the new things that are necessary in building you up. So before you is laid all options. Nobody is a success or a failure by default. Neither does being born in a palace secures the crown for you. Destinies have been altered severally by choices. I know a lot of people in this life who continued making excuses for themselves till they amounted to nothing. A failure is a failure no matter your excuse. So choose to succeed. You will lose nothing by succeeding, but you will lose everything by failing. So get up now and get to work. Every object in existence, both natural and man-made, including you, yes, you, have a purpose for being in existence. So you are not just here because your parents decided to have you. No. A lot of eggs got fertilized within the fertile periods of women's lifetime. But not all the fetus lived to tell their stories. Your life also has a reason why it is passing through different phases. There is a purpose for which you are where you are at the moment. The questions, therefore, are: have you found the purpose for which you are where you are at the moment of your life? Have you discovered where you got it wrong and where you got it right? Are you making the best of the opportunities in your hands? Or are you wishing that you are somewhere else? No condition is permanent, whether good or bad. Remember that gold doesn't just change form. It must pass through fire to become a beautiful gold pendant. Are you passing through fire right now? Then it shouldn't be a moment of hopelessness. It should rather be a period of preparation for your next level, if you can just manage to look beyond your nose. If you are in a high position, for example, and enjoying privileged life, please be sure that you are fulfilling the purpose for which you have been granted that honor. So many category of people cannot survive hard life, and yet they were born with great assignments. Please, while you are enjoying the easy life, endeavor to accomplish the assignments too. It is a full package. You cannot embrace one and leave the other out. Life in your mother's womb prepares you for another level of life on your mother's breast. And the nursing care your mother gave you prepares you to meet and compete with your other siblings under the watchful eyes of your parents. And that interface where you learn to share, to let go, to accommodate, to compromise, and to fight for your own prepares you for a life outside the protective eyes of those who gave birth to you. And while you are out there, gathering knowledge and skills or getting into a vocational field, you are also preparing yourself for life out there as a full-grown adult. And at this point, you are now an architect, a web designer, a musician, an actor, a religious leader, and so on. But also a mother, again, a father, and an elder brother, a wife, a neighbor, a boss, a daughter, a friend, a husband, and even a grandparent to someone else. These different positions, situations, and offices are what should give your life a purpose and direction. This system has been logically arranged by nature in a chronological order. So you cannot become a pilot before you get the training. And so many out there are stagnated today because they are forcing themselves to live and function like who they are not. The noise of the social media worsening the situation for them because it's becoming more difficult by the day to differentiate between reality and fantasy. But nature cannot be cheated. My call to you today is to find out your purpose. Stop worrying about who you are not and focus on achieving your purpose with who you are. The ultimate goal is excellent life of success. Don't wait for the doors to open on their own. They may never do so. Move forward, knock and then bang on those damn doors. Fling them open because you are the landowner. The zone belongs to you. So walk right in and face the challenges. Embrace them and live your purpose without fear or favor. This is the only way to overcome every phase. It is good to have big dreams, oh yes, but please focus on what is the reality on ground. Match your big dream with big work. As a photographer, would you rather die as a mediocre dreaming of becoming a vocalist rather than work hard as a seasoned photographer and catapult yourself to success? Don't spend your whole life dreaming. Wake up already to your environment and make the best of the opportunities that are there for you. But are you even seeing the opportunities? How many hours do you spend on social media watching and enjoying other people's hard work and success stories? When are you going to bring your own success stories for others to enjoy? or you really have nothing to offer to life and to your generation? Don't let the fear of uncertainties keep you down there for too long. Say yes to yourself today. Start from known, and believe me, by the time you approach the unknown, it would have started looking familiar to you. Don't remain where you fell. Dust yourself and finish your race to the next level. Nke onye na-eme ya jisie ike. I am your host Vivian, and I am so grateful that you watched till the end. I hope you got inspired. See you next week for another mind-blowing gist. Have a lovely week.